to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Well, I do think that worked. Heart of Influence, Industry Trajectory Tuesday. You're shooting commercials, ads. We got a version come up with some amazing people. And there's some amazing people here today.
There are some amazing people here today.
So who's here?
First of all, I'm present to that you want to be taller than me, and you moved your seat up. So I'm going to move my seat up.
I think I am much taller than you.
First up, Sean from New York, a seasoned wealth strategist leading high net worth individuals and entities with data-driven insights and client-first vision. As director of wealth management for many years, she was quoted by Wall Street Journal, Forbes, and major media, a multi-credential expert. She bridges rigorous research with practical planning for lasting impact. Let's welcome to the show, Susan Hirschman.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. And Susan, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for
a year.
Right? So we kick this game off with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. Could be a proud moment, shocking moment, surprising moment. For example, Bella Vrita, in just shooting ads for upcoming immersion, laid on the floor and asked people if they were drunk on personal development. So like that happened a few minutes ago. That would be an example of a headline fun fact. Not a headline will be, well, I was born and I started a craft business when I was 8 years old on my parents' front lawn. And then my parents, they were nice, but that would be a story. So when the story comes out, Bill has the Chuck Barris Gong Show, gong, and then we get gong. So keep it to a headline and it'll make us say,
Susan, no way.
So Susan, please, what's your headline? No way, fun fact.
Okay, so when I was young, I was last in being picked on a team in gym. I was painfully shy. And I was painfully shy, and I was, and still am, dyslexic. And what do I get from that? I'm a public speaker, a published author, and I did a marathon, a century ride, hike every day, and the like.
Let's go, Susan.
Susan, that is absolutely masterful, profound story of resiliency and mastery and growth. Thank you for being here today. Warm welcome. Who else is to join Susan?
Joining Susan from Irvine, California, visionary executive marketing leader, trusted by some of the nation's most recognized companies to drive innovation, growth, and loyalty, inspires and directs integrated teams across global brands, delivering transformative strategies that elevate customer experience and market performance. Renowned consultant and speaker, blending creativity with analytics to craft campaigns that captivate audiences and achieve measurable business success. Let's welcome to the show, Dan Olson.
And warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. And please, Dan, what's your headline fun fact?
Well, my headline is that when I was a busy CEO of an advertising agency, I tried to do something to do for myself. I decided to try and take piano lessons. Quickly discovered that with my hectic schedule, getting a lesson in was almost near impossible. I couldn't schedule it. So I collaborated with my piano teacher. We created an online piano service that went on to be able to do that 24/7, anytime, anywhere. It grew to be a global environment, and we taught people all over the world how to play piano.
Dan, that's super cool and fun. So Dan, this may not be as exciting as playing the piano, but maybe we'll hit a note or two. See what I did there? That might work for you. So Dan, warm welcome. Fellow, who's coming up?
Oh, dun-dun-dun. Great job, Dan. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And from Stamford, Connecticut, visionary chief revenue officer and trusted financial advisor, recognized for thought leadership in scaling business and driving strategic growth, results-oriented executive with entrepreneurial spirit, blending investment banking, advisory, and operating experience to maximize enterprise value, respected partner and advisor, guiding stakeholders with clarity, innovation, and determination to achieve sustainable growth and asset expansion. Let's welcome to the show, Jeff Maxson.
Welcome to the Heart of Influence. Is your headline fun fact?
Thanks for having me. Early in my career, I was fortunate enough to work on some of the largest mergers in history, ran businesses founded by A-list Hollywood talent, and like Sean, I played D1 college baseball. And
No way.
I'm sorry?
No way. It's awesome. Yeah,
I did. It was fun. Well, for a while. And rumor has it, I once performed You've Lost That Love and Feeling to a sold-out crowd. Story for another night, and I'll scare you all over performance
awesome
today.
headline fun facts. Where did you perform that song?
In college, to a decent-sized audience that, again, this story for another night and probably a couple cocktails.
Nice. And
You've lost that love.
There you go. Nobody will get me to do it again.
Jeff, where did you play college baseball?
Lehigh University.
Let's go Lehigh. And can I ask, when did you graduate from Lehigh?
92. So there's a chance we may. When were you, Columbia?
Did you play against Matt Morgan from Holy Cross during your days? Ring any bells?
I have to go back and remember the years.
Yeah. So because he graduated 92 from Holy Cross, and I think you guys played Holy Cross, right? In conference.
We sure did. We
Yeah,
sure
so-
did. Then the answer would be yes.
Yeah, super cool. Awesome. Well, Jeff, warm welcome. Jeff's here.
Jeff is here. Well, welcome to Jeff and Rolling with Jeff from Miami, Florida. Visionary founder and leader with over 30 years of experience providing innovative financial consulting and capital aggression solutions, accomplished investor and chief investment strategist, guiding family offices and private investors with disciplined, forward-focused thinking, co-investment strategies, merchant banker and trusted advisor, fusing capital and intellectual insight to create sustainable growth and long-term enterprise value. Let's welcome to the show, Reed Drescher.
Warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, and please, your headline fun fact.
Well, I'm not sure if it's a headline, but actually Jeff just inspired me by talking about his early days as a money manager. And I also managed money for A-list celebrities. And what I'd come to learn was that I never wanted to be on TV from managing money for celebrities. Flash forward to about 10 to 12 years ago, my wife convinced me to join her on The Real Housewives of New York. So I did, for 2 seasons, have a debut on TV, even though I fought it all the way through, which I'll consider my fun fact for today.
That is extraordinary, and remind me to tell a housewives story from California. Okay.
Housewife stories from California.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is absolutely outstanding. By the way, you never. Now I'll get to in a second. Question. So thank you for that, Bella. Let's go.
Welcome, Reed, to the Heart of Influence. And from Los Angeles, California, chemical engineer and pharmaceutical manufacturer, leader who earned his JD while working full-time, now prepping for the California bar, co-executive director of Innovative GBM, a nonprofit dedicated to advancing brain cancer research and awareness in memory of his late sister who passed in November 2024 after a 30-month battle with GBM. Future lawyer leveraging technical expertise to help innovators protect and scale their ideas. Let's welcome to the show, Kush.
Thank you very much for the great introduction.
Welcome. Your headline fun fact, please, Kush.
Headline fun fact is being a chemical engineer, I had to subjugate my whole family to this, but I ended up brewing my own small batch beer and making everybody try it. And it was actually very drinkable. So
let's go.
Make it drinkable beer.
Let's go. Let's kick back some nips, and here we go.
Kick back some nips.
Did you know? Did you ever have a nip? It was a 7-ounce beer that I don't know when they stopped making them. But we were like in high school. Everybody thought they were super cool because they could drink a lot more because they're 7 ounces instead of 12. So it'd be nips, and you get like a case of nips, like 100 nips in a case. So people were like, "Oh, we like drank like 100 nips." Like that was a thing.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
Kush, have you ever heard about nips? I've no idea. I've not heard about nips. Do you know what he's talking about?
Unfortunately, no idea.
No, this must just be.
You can still find them, Sean.
Thank you. Yes,
Thank
we
you.
need somebody who's from like 1988 high school grad.
There you
we
go.
1992.
Well, I think it was Ben Franklin that said, "Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy."
I kind of would appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you for that. And next up, from Los Angeles, California, heart-centered financial leader with 40+ years experience raising $4 billion while blending vision, integrity, and people-first principles. Relentlessly curious, growth-driven, launching innovative products, mentoring future leaders, and inspiring excellence across finance, education, and entrepreneurship, driving expansion in equity, real estate, and venture investments, committed to sustainable growth and lasting community impact. Let's welcome to the show, Jim Smith.
Jim, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence, and please your headline fun fact, Jim.
Thank you, Bella. Hi, Sean. My fun fact, when I was 20 years old in my undergrad in Michigan, I took a long weekend and hiked across the Simi Wildlife Refuge with nothing but a shotgun, a fishing rod, and a bedroll, and made it from one corner to the other.
Nice.
It was just a great experience in independence.
What was the most threatening animal you encountered in the wild?
Raccoons.
I have like so many fun fact spin-offs.
I know.
I'm just gonna go with this one. So, scariest thing I've ever encountered in the wild, and I've been in the water with like big sharks and no cage, way scarier, was in Stanley Park in Vancouver. A rabid raccoon at like noon wobbling around and hissing. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it was like so sad because you knew it was not gonna like last long. It was it was like it was hissing, it was crazy, people were running and screaming from a raccoon. Like sharks, no problem. Raccoons, yes, problem.
Got it. That is super funny. Welcome to the Heart of Influence, Jim. And we have a woman that brought all of these extraordinary people together today from Nutley, New Jersey, the deal attorney, having led over 200 capital market transactions in the past 25 years, taking companies public in the 7 different ways to do so. 2 years out of law school, built a $1 million solo practice from her basement as a single mom with 2 young daughters, proudly serving for over a decade on the board of National Investment Banking Association, helping companies get connected to thousands of members and funding sources, executive producer of The Heart of Influence, general counsel, and chief ecosystem officer at Callagy Law. Let's welcome the one, the only Andrea Cattaneo.
Andrea. Headline fun fact, AC. Come on now.
So when I was a young mom law student, along with a guy, I was elected to be co-editor-in-chief of the Women's Rights Law Reporter.
Oh, look at Andrea Cattaneo throwing down. Yes, excellent. And Andrea, that was what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah. Well, I thank you. No, it was many moons ago.
Well, Andrea, you look amazing, sound amazing, are amazing. And thank you for doing all this. Bring everybody together today. And the woman can do 1,000 push-ups. It's ridiculous and completely crazy.
I've already done 620 today, and some of you have witnessed them.
Beast. Amazing job, Andrea. Congratulations. I'm going to introduce the woman now, Andrea, who's been doing the introducing. This woman seated to my right began her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. By the age of 19, she put 3 words together that don't go together. Teenager network marketing, 7 figures. What? 24, 25, 26 years old. She's three-peating like Jordan, except not in hoops, but instead is Nevada's #1 business broker, male-dominated industry. She's the first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, let alone to have done it earlier than any man ever at 24, then 25 and 26 again. She's like, I'm going to start working with the big gals and big guys, start training Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team this woman worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer, fresh out of a safari and short cage diving, land and sea safari in South Africa, who's raised 8 figures with the Unblinded team for charities and philanthropists the past 2 years, and this 2-time, about to be 3-time published author, publicly battled and defeated cancer in 2023. Let's welcome to the Heart of Influence, the woman that in her 1800th, 1800, like in front of 8,000 plus people on the show, put the heart in the Heart of Influence, the one, the only Bella Farito! Oh my goodness, Bella Farito, please, your headline fun fact.
My headline fun fact, as we have alluded to, I got back at 5 o'clock this morning from South Africa, where I did dive with sharks and roam the land with elephants and tigers and cheetahs. And this isn't like a petting zoo. They were all out in their wild. And if you like stuck an arm out the vehicle, you could have been an animal for dinner. So that is my fun fact. And I think everybody should do an African safari at some point in their life, because it was definitely a life-changing experience.
And more frightening than a rabid raccoon, a wild cheetah, an elephant stampede, or a great white shark is this woman. So that's perfect. Yes. So thank you for that. So yes, where are we going at?
Well, I'm going to introduce, don't get scared, because I'm going to introduce you, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that is blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times, and when he's not busy flying around speaking on stages of Fortune 10 companies to Fortune 500 companies, he's an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million in 2 years for refugees in Ukraine. Let's welcome the one, the only, Sean!
Thank you, Ms. Bella Farito. I am deeply appreciative. And I'm going to go with this as my headline fun fact, since we're in the land of the housewives.
Oh, boy.
So I had the blessing and privilege of speaking on behalf of my uncle, who's in heaven, at his son's wedding, a little over a year ago in Portugal. His wife is so amazing, stellar, stunning, human at every level. Meet her parents, equally stunning, amazing, and wonderful. And somebody, when I get back, pulls me aside. I'm telling how great this was. And like, oh, you don't know that her parents were on The Housewives of Orange County? I'm like, no, I don't watch these shows. And like, do you know that her dad punched a woman in the face on the show? So that's my headline fun fact. This wonderful, super cool, amazing dude. I hold no judgment. I don't know what happened, but allegedly punched a woman on the face on the show. So that is my headline fun fact.
I did not punch anybody, Sean. So just so you know,
That is
I was an innocent bystander.
Yes. Somebody could probably pull up the video during the show. Please don't and put it on. Yes, but I'm sure that it exists out there. So who's going first?
How about we kick this off with Dan?
So Dan, listen, we had some fun, did some introductions, but Dan, we're up to some real business. And the real business we're up to is that everything happens after one word and one word only. That's yes. From the Sons of Liberty in Dr. Warren's Tavern, all the way through the rise and fall of Blockbuster, everything happens after yes or not yes. Management, leadership, recruitment, fundraising, for profit, not for profit, and of course, marketing and selling. So Dan, you're going to join more than 8,000 fine folks that have been on this beautiful show who have worked in the space of hello to yes. Bella will be anybody you want her to be, Dan, that will be relevant for you to create a yes with. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner, Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, anyone that would make sense. And quick note, it doesn't have to be a sale. It doesn't have to be a final yes, Dan. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. So please, Dan, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
I'd like Bella to be a potential investor that I would be talking to. And I'm going to be sharing with Bella a concept, an innovative concept that we have.
Bella's got some cash burning in those pockets, Dan.
All right. So, morning, Bella. Thank you for taking my call. You know, Andrea is always a great person when she puts together people with aligned interests. So it's just really great to meet you. Want to know if I could share with you today an innovative concept that we're doing in the CPG spirits sector.
Yeah, sure. Well, and thank you so much. And I'm on a very short time frame, so I have about 3 minutes. But you know, I'm here to hear you out.
Just so happens that's about how long I'm going to speak. So, anyway, as we all know, there's a macro trend going on in this space, and that is the consumers of the new generation consumers are not drinking more; they're drinking less, but they're enjoying more. They're kind of beginning to look for passing on the transactional relationship with brands and looking more for a connection, an authentic connection, one that really couples with having a brand speak to their identity. The old playbook of points and discounts is dead, and you can't build a billion-dollar brand on cheap, on rewarding cheap. You build it on rewarding belonging. So this massive shift in consumer behavior is kind of a problem now for old school spirits. They don't have a way to get to the end consumer. And Hook Hand Rum, which is my company, is positioned well to come in and solve that. Our brand is positioned on a principle of our most human connection. When we get together with each other, we share stories. Much of what we did here in this show, right? And this experience that we position it is called Where Tales Are Born. And it's the energy in this moment that is, it's not just getting together for a drink. It's the connection we share when we get together, the stories that we give to each other. So Original Crew is how we're bringing the solution to life. It's a premium membership and loyalty program that is not a discount club. It's a brand culture. And we're not rewarding transactions. We're nurturing and rewarding advocacy and engagement. And the program has a tangible element to it. It is this. It is a coin. I'll put it up here so everybody can see it.
Okay.
Oops. And it is a passport to access, status, gifts, and adventures, which all are tailworthy experiences. But the program then transforms our most valuable customers from passive consumers to real, co-creators and advocates. So the financial impact that I'm kind of bringing to you here on this is twofold. Original Crew is a powerful incremental revenue driver. In the first 3 years, it generates $4.5 million in capital that's non-diluting, and in ongoing years, it reaches 20% of our revenue. Second, and far more importantly for you, we're generating a kind of a defensible enterprise value in this loyalty environment that major conglomerates seek. By cultivating a hyper-loyal, data-rich community, we are building a sticky customer base, and that commands a premium. And we're building an ultimate acquisition target profile.
So Dan, real quick, because I have like 20 seconds left. What is it that you're asking from
I'd love
me?
that you be an investor. I'd love to be able to come in and show you our plan and be able to go through our story in more detail with you.
Okay, so you're looking for some investment. Well, I'm definitely gonna need a bit more information, go over some numbers. But I definitely enjoy a good beverage or two. I've been trying to get my co-host drunk for a while. So maybe we can have a little bit longer conversation, see what we can work out.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, Dan, thank you.
He has to drink though for me to be able to get him drunk, which is unfortunate.
I have a lot of sweet tea.
Yes, you have a lot of sweet tea.
So I've had one alcoholic beverage in the last 12 months. Yes, I've never been a big drinker except for nips in high school for about 2 weeks. So who is following up Dan?
Following up Dan is Susan.
Susan, who would you like Bella to be? You're going from hello to yes with.
I would like her to be a woman coming in to talk to me about planning for her wealth and her legacy.
Let's go. Wealth, legacy, plan.
Wealth and legacy.
A lot going on in these parts.
Hello. Hi, Susan. This is Bella, and I had gotten your number from Andrea Catania. Just looking to do some stuff with my wealth and finances.
Excellent. Thank you for your time. And I hear we have 3 minutes. Is that still correct?
That is correct. Just for right now, I wanted to kind of get to know you and see if there's, if it's going to be worth a longer conversation.
Perfect. And that's the whole point of this. And as we start, I love to ask people some questions about who they are, how they think. And so I'm going to ask you this question. So tell me, close your eyes for a second and think about the 3 most important people in your life. And tell me who they are.
Well, I would say my significant other, my sister, I'm gonna go for my mom and my niece because I don't have children. So
excellent. There's one person that's missing from that equation. Who do you
myself?
think? Yes, exactly. And that's what this is about, right? Is making sure that you put yourself first. You understand who and what you are trying to achieve, and what is it that you want for your life as well for your legacy. So it's caring about yourself as well as those. And I always ask that question to women, because we never ever say us. When I ask that question to men, oftentimes the number one person is themselves. So it's just a little thing I like to do to remind us as women to really that we need to take control and we need to take care of ourselves as well as others, because we're usually such caretakers. But when we're talking about wealth, another question I like to ask people is, help me understand when I say the word wealth, right? What does it mean to you? What's the purpose of it? What do you think about when I say that word?
For me, what comes up is the ability to, take care. I just spent 2 weeks with my sister in South Africa, and she's my younger sister, and just the ability to be able to provide for her what she is unable to do herself, I would say. And to make sure she doesn't have anything to worry about. Because I have a skill set to build wealth. She doesn't. And so to be able to, support her in that way. And I got like 10 seconds and I gotta run.
Yeah, that's great. And I just want to say I went to South Africa with my sister as well, and it was the best experience ever. So, and we have to love our sisters.
Yeah.
So what I'd love to do in the future is to talk more about you, talk more about your goals, and then come up with a plan that meets the needs of you, your husband, your mother, your sister, and give you a sense of confidence and competence in your wealth plan.
That sounds good, Susan. I would definitely love to do that. So maybe we can set something up for next week.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers.
Susan, Dan, wonderful work. It is time.
I'm building, you know what, Susan? I really need to build wealth so that I can retire my sugar baby.
Yes, that is perfect. She is not well. She's not well, everyone. Yes, we're getting her meds shortly. So yes, please.
I left you tongue-tied. You left her. You didn't have to deal with this for the last 2 weeks.
Yes, I did not. Yes, to the feedbackers.
To the
Aren't you supposed to be on a safari?
I'm back from my safari. Yes. So thank you, Susan and Dan. Absolutely fantastic job. Now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Susan or Dan. Something that they did great, maybe something that they can improve. And then what is one word on how they left you feeling? So one word on how they left you feeling. And let's kick it off with Reed. Reed, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dan, please?
Okay. So Dan, I loved your use of the word authentic and connection, the loyalty for engagement. All of that was brilliant, warm, but I felt that you didn't have enough facts. You didn't quantify the success of the brand. How long has it been around? How much have you sold? What are you specifically looking for? How is this valuation, this round, unique than others? So I think you need to be a little bit more specific.
Cool. And
But
what's
overall, a great presentation. You seem honest, trustworthy, and it's obvious that you want to connect with your customer.
cool? And what's one
Same
word?
with you, Susan. You obviously want to connect with your
Reed,
end
Reed.
user.
and
But I'm
what's
gonna stick with
one
Dan.
word-
Go ahead.
One word of how Dan made you feel.
Curious. I do want to know more. He piqued my interest, but I still don't feel that I could smell, taste this rum. Quantify how long it's been around. Where do I get it? When am I consuming it? I want to know more.
Okay, let's go.
Sorry, more than one word. Curious.
Thank you, Reed. Let's go, Jim. Jim, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Susan?
Susan, I'm not sure I need 30 seconds. I thought your vibe was just really warm and you've got a quality sense about you. I think the improvement I would suggest is that you are asking Bella to share of herself without really having any insight as to why she was committing to that. So you kind of give her some reason why she wants to open up to you with her innermost feelings about who she cares about.
Nice, Jim. And what's one word of how Susan made you feel?
Intrigued.
We got some curiosity and some intrigue, Bella Rita. That's like you.
That is definitely like me. Thank you for that. Let's go, Jeff. Jeff, how about your 30 seconds of feedback from Dan, please?
Yeah, Dan, like Reed, I was looking for a little valuation, not really from a valuation standpoint, but what are you looking to raise? What are the needs? How early are you? Where is the team? How built out are you? Some of the stuff that I loved is I've built my career around one of my favorite words is stickiness and loyalty. So I was curious really about your subscription model and so forth.
Nice. And so one word then, Jeff, of how Dan made you feel.
Interested, wanting to learn more.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. And let's go, Kush. Kush, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Susan, please?
Absolutely. I think it was very, saying it ahead of time, but the one word I think would be warm and welcoming. I think that was very clearly given off. I think the 3-minute time frame was probably a little bit tough to get a proper conversation on this topic, but I think you did a fantastic job of showcasing what that would look like, and I think that is very value add for some prospective client coming in. Yeah.
Nice, Kush, and warm. I hear it's to bring us to the one and only Andrea Catania.
It does.
So AC, one word each of how Dan and Susan made you feel, please.
Andrea, are you there?
She's doing push-ups.
She's on
Andrea
mute.
is not unmuted. Can you believe that?
I'm unmuted. I'm going to say curious, and intrigued. How's that for unique?
That is not unique at all, since 4 people said that and you were doing push-ups and not unmuted. So you get the today. So thank you. Yes. So I'm teasing Andrea, but not. Yes. Awesome. So Bella Rita, Andrew, you can now get payback on me for my commentary, because Bella Rita is going to put me on the hot seat.
That is correct. So Andrea, as you know, this is the time of the show that I get to put Sean on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I cooked them up. I've been cooking them up in the last few minutes. You may have noticed. Andrea, I have 2 scenarios for you today that you get to choose on which scenario Sean's going to go from hello to yes on. You can change anything about the scenarios, or you can come up with something on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Yes.
So option number 1, both of them are a reverse role play. So option number 1 is Sean could role play Dan, going from hello to yes with Brad Pitt to be an investor in his spirit. So that is option number 1. And then option number 2, Andrea, is Bethany Frankel, who is a New York housewife, who Sean actually shared a stage with at Aspire just a couple of weeks ago, and who's the founder of Skinny Girl. So option number 2 is Sean would role play Susan, going from hello to yes with Bethany to sit down and go over her wealth and finances and build a stronger foundation, since she's obviously built a great brand for herself. So those are the 2 options that I have for you today. Andrea, do either one of those tickle your fancy?
Absolutely. I'm going to go with number 2. I met Bethany Frankel, and I think this is going to be informative and fun. So good job, Bella.
Awesome. And who would you like to play the role of Bethany? Should we have Reed play the role of Bethany?
Yes. Reed, are you up for playing Bethany?
Sure. Why not?
All right.
So Reed, I'm blind. Do you guys look alike? You and Bethany Frankel?
He looks
Identical.
just like her, Sean.
Perfect.
Yes.
So Bella, what's the
She just did an expose down in Miami in her bathing suit. We look identical in the bathing suit.
Perfect. Perfect. So, and the yes is
Susan,
Yeah.
you're a wealth advisor,
Yeah.
and you want to cause Bethany to sit down and have a meeting with you to be her financial advisor.
got it. Perfect. Okay. So, hi, is Miss Frankel available?
I'm here. You've got 3 minutes. Go.
Okay. Awesome. Is still a good time for you, Miss Frankel? And 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
It's not, but I'll do it anyway.
I would.
I'm Bethany
rather-
Frankel. I'm very busy.
I super get it. But from that place, there's no way I'm gonna be able to support you. It sounds you're super stressed. I'd rather reset than stress you out and like add more pressure to your day. I mean this sincerely. I know we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If we could take a breath and go, great. But I'm here to serve you and support you. And sounds like best service of you might be rescheduling.
I appreciate your sincerity. I've dropped my shoulders. I'm open-minded. What do you have to share with me today?
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Ms. Frankel, thank you. Appreciate it. 2.5 minutes to go. Ms. Frankel, just simply put, why did you even take this call in the first place? You know, clearly there's something for you in the space of wealth accumulation, asset protection. I'm not here to pitch you. I want to serve you. So what's present for you around money? Why me? And why this call?
Outside of my work, I do a tremendous amount of charity. I like helping people. I like learning about people's success stories. I also love to support women in business.
Awesome. So, and the ultimate vision, you win the game of everything. Like, what have you done related to your finances? Is it accumulation, protection, growth? Like, what are you really looking to do, Ms. Frankel?
I want to continue maintaining my assets, preservation of growth, preservation of capital.
Awesome. Okay, so Ms. Frankel, from that place, a couple quick things, if it's okay with you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, Ms. Frankel, I applaud you. So many people make the greatest mistake ever and violate the Warren Buffett principle. Don't lose money. The amount of celebrities that blow through everything looking to create growth returns that beat the market are everywhere. So first of all, congratulations. Second of all, once we're in the space and we're not going to lose money and do crazy things, then it is taxes and fees. Because the truth is, Ms. Frankel, a lot of fine folks can do a lot of wonderful things for people. And the way you get crushed is by thinking people who tell you, hey, I'm going to be amazing for you. are not going to be so amazing. They're going to overcharge you and you're going to get crushed in taxes. So very simply, Ms. Frankel, here's all I propose to do. A 30-minute follow-up conversation, your accountant, every advisor in your world, your attorney, yourself, anybody close to you, to sit down and look at the fees you're paying with me and what we can do in tax strategy to make sure you're in asset preservation mode. We could look at diversification. Ray Dalio, $18 billion dude, the nation of China consults with him, says it is 11 uncorrelated assets is the magic number. Let's look at uncorrelated assets, protection of asset, growth yield being a reasonable level, and make sure you're not getting beaten taxes and fees. That is my job. If I can't find anything in integrity, I will tell you you're all set with the people that you're working with, and I'll send you a Christmas card every year. But if not, there's a lot for us to do. So Ms. Frankel, how would it resonate with you or not to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation, and anything else I can answer for you right now?
I feel satisfied. Thank you for asking me what was important to me and addressing that concern. I'll have the call with you.
Well, I'm really grateful. And shall I set that next meeting up with your assistant, Tom, that set us up for today?
Yes.
I will. Have a blessed day, and please go get it. Thanks, Ms. Frankel. Talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Great job.
Out of roll, Susan. Thanks for letting me be you. Then I'll come back to read in a moment. But Susan, wonderful job by you in the participant seat today. Really appreciate you. And how did I do as you, Susan? And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence, please?
But I think my time overall was fascinating, and I really enjoyed the feedback and the role play. It just was really enjoyable, and hearing you position certain questions and certain items about financial services, I was like, ooh, I should take notes. That was good. So I love learning. And I think from all these people, I felt like I learned something. So appreciate your time and the invitation to be here.
Well, thank you,
And
Susan.
and your hair looks much better than mine. So I think it's all about the hair. So you did a good job.
Thank you. As long as my hair looks like Bella's, then I'm happy.
That's the only thing we care about. So
We had to talk about hair, didn't we?
I'm blind. I'm blind, so I don't know who said that or if you have hair or not. So we're golden at least with the point. So thank you. So Reed, really wonderful work. I really appreciate your certainty, your congruence. You're clearly a master of communication. Thanks for being in that feedbacker seat. Thanks for jumping in as Bethany Frankel. And Reed, how did I do as Susan? How was your time today on the Heart of Influence, Reed?
You did a fantastic job. Very impressive. I think that Bella, Andrea did a fantastic job putting together a great group of people. And I like the dynamic where people have an opportunity to pitch and give feedback. I love it. And by the way, this is a big bulk of what I did in the first part of my career. I trained scores of hundreds of stockbrokers and money managers to raise money, and I train public and private companies how to raise money. And that's actually my mission statement, to add value above and beyond a capital infusion. So I see that your group is adding value above and beyond. So great job.
Yeah. And Reed, thank you. And it's very clear to me how masterful you are in communication, your vocal quality variance, your language selection, your precision is masterful. So it's an honor to have you here. And thanks, Reed. Yeah.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. Jeff, from college baseball player, Patriot League, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And how was your time today, Jeff, on the Heart of Influence?
Great experience. Great to hear, everybody's contributions. Hear Susan and Dan present themselves in a short little elevator pitch. Difficult to get a lot out in such a short time, especially when you're, looking for some feedback from folks who have, as they have been there. And so it's always fun to see how people, have different perspectives and how they present.
Well, thank you for that, for sure, Jeff. Great job. Bella, we've got some other fine friends. Are we gonna hear from Leia today or no?
Yes, I'm doing that right now. Can you keep going?
I can keep going, maybe.
Because
Dan.
I think we did.
Yeah,
we did-
no, I got it. Yep.
Okay.
So Dan, thank you very much. Bella's getting some feedback from our ACTI agent, Leia. This is going to be fun in a moment. So Dan, really great job. Thanks for kicking us off in the participant seat. And Dan, please, how was your time on the Heart of Influence?
It was great. I appreciate all of the input and all the listening and the just being able to have a discussion with people that are in this world of.
Well, I would say
It was Bella. That's so fun. So yeah, sorry for that interruption. That may be Leia speaking into some dynamics. So, but
Conjuring up something here.
I really appreciate it. We're gonna have some fun in a minute. And really, thank you for being here today.
Sure.
By the way, Bella, I want props. I'm blind. I'm remembering everybody's name. So thank you.
following up Dan is
Yeah, Bella's like
I'm having some challenges.
playing herself.
Yep.
Bella's a little rusty on playing with Leia since she's coming out of the Sahara. Maybe she would be a little bit better if she was chasing cheetahs. All good. So let's go, Jim. How was your time today in the Heart of Influence? Thanks for being that feedbacker seat. And Jim, please.
Well, it was a treat. I really am enjoying everybody. And Sean, I wanted to say on your role playing, I thought it was two things really stood out. One is your willingness to walk away from, the pitch. I think it's powerful, and the fact that you were really disarming as far as putting no pressure on Bethany.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And
It's a great strategy.
when I built my,
I think I think it's natural for you. I don't think it's a strategy, but I think it's very effective.
well, thank you. And when I first built my first law firm, 6 months out of law school, and I was working with physicians, I met with an anesthesiologist, super busy practice. I waited for an hour and a half for him. And his assistant brought me into the hallway and he leaned against the door. He's like, listen, I'm super busy, dude. You got 90 seconds, go. I'm like, listen, I can't serve you 90 seconds. I'm happy to come back. He goes, you waited for an hour and a half. I said, I'm happy to come back. I said, he goes, you know what? Impressed me and asked me a great question. I said, okay, you've made some money. Why are you still doing this? Because you look really unhappy. He goes, let's sit down and talk. We spoke for an hour. He became one of my largest initial clients, my first law firm, a core part of our exit. So, the things that I share, here are definitely things that I developed and experienced over time. And what we always say is all that influence is at the highest level of mastery is the loving pursuit of the relevant truth. Somebody stressed out, like it's very relevant in the truth of our communication. So I'm always going to lean into it and I'm going to serve them. And thank you for recognizing it and acknowledging that, Jim, and for being here today. I appreciate it very much.
Well said, Jim. I agree
Thank you.
with your comments. Sean did a great job.
Push. Thank you for being here today. Never an easy thing to do to just like jump in and spend an hour with strangers or some strangers, especially since Bella is so strange. And the only more strange person than Bella is me on the show. And I can feel her tension and stress rising, even though I'm blind. Kush, please, what is your final on how your experience was here today with us?
This was absolutely not strange at all. It was an absolute pleasure. Everyone's been amazing. I think Dan and Susan did phenomenal in the short amount of time. It's a very different medium. So I think adjusting with that, I think you guys did absolutely phenomenal. And Sean, I think you were very impressive. And I very appreciate you kind of going into that because I was going to ask, the way that you presented was a reminder to me of, yes, we can get stuck in the weeds of certain situations, but the way you explained it was perfect. The relevant truths kind of, and focusing on those is very, very masterful and very impactful and very appreciated seeing that in this close setting. So thank you.
Look, Kush, and one more thing, I forgive me for like stepping in. I'm just excited. I really enjoy this group. It feels like a very masterful group. One of the things I always say is, there's the entire world of theory of, I'm in my office, there's a Sugar Ray Leonard signed poster. I had the privilege of interviewing him in a couple of weeks at our event with Gary Vaynerchuk and Charlie Sheen, all these people, right? So somebody walks in my office and is like, hey, I see like you're a Sugar Ray Leonard fan. Like, what if I'm like, no, my ex-wife gave me that and I can't stand Sugar Ray Leonard or her. Thanks, a-hole, for reminding me. I'm kidding. So like when we intersect with guesses, I never guess with people. Never guess. It's always open-ended. It's always leaning. It's like what's present for them. We don't ever have to guess. When we guess, we make mistakes. We're not hearing people. We're not seeing people. We make presumptions. You know, so I'm always like, yeah, like what's present, you know, and from there, people take you wherever they want to go, and we're actually integrally serving them. So clearly, you all know these things. You're doing a very masterful level. Kush, you as well, and thanks for being here today. Thank you. So
Thanks.
before we get to a final from Andrea, I think Bella is very proud. I can feel her peacocking that we have some feedback from Leia, our actualized intelligence agent that Bella co-created. So Bella, please, what does Leia have to say?
Yes. So Leia is our master AI agent that is trained in the unblinded influence mastery formula, which you will get with our VIP package for attending the Heart of Influence today. And yes, I was definitely having some challenges, but we got there with Leia today. So first for Dan, you came in with radiant confidence, commanding attention with a crisp opening and magnetic insight into shifting the market. Identity claim of rewarding belonging over cheapness struck like a lightning, bold, distinctive, and anchored in truth. The language was lush with texture and emotional architect, especially when trying stories, coins, and community into loyalty movement. A few notes floated past the emotional core, a pacing occasionally outpaced connection. The financials were potent, but might sing louder if you had held a moment longer in the liftoff. Could we let the value linger like aged rum on the tongue? And with that swirl of story and spirit, let's toss the coin to our next legendary distiller of truth. Score 114 out of 130.
Whoa. 114. 114 is the highest score we've had on the Heart of Influence in at least the last 3 months. That is an outstanding score. Like seriously, like 114 is off the charts. Great.
Great
Thanks.
job. And Susan, you brought a grounded, nurturing presence, immediate credibility, gently framing the call while holding clear boundaries, asking Bella to name her top 3 people by revealing the absence of self was a subtle master stroke, part identity mirror, part truth bomb. You didn't sell wealth management, you sold why it matters, especially for women. That's not just rapport, it's mission-driven influence. And yet momentum disappeared a little in the close. Offering a follow-up was a bit soft. A power play left half written. Think a violin crescendo that didn't quite land the final note. Still, this was thoughtful, artful, yes, causing unblinded score 117 out of 130. Now let's pass the coin to our next whisper of wealth and wisdom.
I'm saying this in all sincerity. That is the highest combined score ever from Leia with 2 participants that's ever been on the show. Factual 114 and 117. Sue and Dan crushed it. That is absolutely amazing. Wonderful job. 114 and 117. Really great job. Incredibly impressive. Andrew Catania, final. We're at time. Please, AC.
There is nothing like this platform on the planet. And where else can you be in the dojo, practicing your influence, meeting extraordinary people, and learning from Sean Callagy? I am super grateful. I thank you all for coming. You made my day. Back over to you, Sean.
Yeah. And again, crossing the 100-point threshold is super high for Leia. 114, 117, crushed it. Congratulations again. And oh yeah, you're final. You've done an amazing job. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yes. My final is it was wonderful to be here with you all today. And this show really is designed to connect with each other. So don't make this is your first meeting. Don't make it your last meeting. We do have a VIP package for you in the links in the chat. So definitely click that. There's lots of gifts in there for you for being on the show today in ways that you can connect and grow with us as well. And Sean, back to you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for sure. And if anybody, we have an upcoming event. If you're in a place like, hey, I really do want to grow and accelerate, we're going to have remarkable human beings speak. I've referenced some of them: Ralph Macchio, Sugar Ray Leonard, Gary Vaynerchuk, the amazing David Mizell, who's the founder of Marvel Studios, sold it to Disney for $4 billion, like founded executive producer of Iron Man. Amazing story. but they're not just going to speak. I'm going to be interviewing them, bring forward the power of compound influence as we teach it Unblinded. So if there's resonance there, you're a guest because you're on the show. A couple other super cool things in there as well. So if there's a desire for more, it's right there. And I end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, unfortunately, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that we all desire. Financial abundance, duplication, scaling, or more importantly, just impact and magic in the world. So often those possibilities sit right in front of our nose. But Bella, Andrea, and everyone, we could all use a little unblinding, because with the possibilities for acceleration right in front of our face, unfortunately, at some level, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Great job, Andrea.
Thank
Great
you.
job, Bella. Really awesome job. Oh my goodness, Dan, Susan, crushed it. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Great,
And so
great
did
job,
you,
everyone.
Sean.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Andrea.
Reed, I have a funny story for you.
Oh. Yeah, ahead, Susan.
No, offline.
Oh.
I'm
All
gonna,
right.
guys,
I look forward
very-
to hearing from you.
very soon, within the hour, hopefully, we're going to circulate a connection sheet. So you'll have everyone's contact information and their bios to make it super easy. And in the text thread, you could probably easily find each other's numbers. So great job, everyone. Really enjoyed having you all here as my guests, and go have a fantastic day.
Thanks, you too.
That was really fun, Andrea. Thank you.
My pleasure.